So the pepper spray is suffocating the lawmakers. Pepper spray was used here. So while session is going on, we have a group of men making their way to intrude into this session, but these are security officers.
Of the devil.
They are using pepper spray, they are using tear gas in the joint chamber. They are breaking the place. They are hearing the group of men. Pepper spray is being used.
The legislature it is, and we have to do it. I know that no session out there, nobody going to hire any program here today. Nothing will happen here today. Why are you insisting so? Because this building is not abnormal. We are abnormal. This building is in legislative wall.
We'll just do a session today.
So those lawmakers from the end of the speaker block are now moving through the joint chambers, saying that those so keep following this. Keep following. The speaker block now moving in the joint chambers, saying that let go. So we are marching to the joint chambers.
Okay, folks, we want to welcome you tonight to another edition of the program. This is the late night show, the late night politics on Spoon. Thanks for joining us tonight. As always, we're live across the Spoon Network, Spoon FM 107.5. We're live on Fabric 101.1 and a host of other radio stations across the country. Thanks to um, the many of you who have joined us across the social media tonight. It's a great way to welcome you to the Late Night Show. My name is Nelson Colette. Kindly share the program as you come on tonight. Let me go across the table and bring on Morba Zokal, our co-moderator. Morba, welcome to the show, man. It's good to have you on tonight.
Yeah, well, Nelson, thank you. Thank you for the opportunity, and thank you to our listeners all around the world. We want to appreciate you guys so much and taking upon your time, listening to the day-to-day stuff. You know, and
What's going on with you?
No, my camera a little bit messed up. You can see me now, right?
Yeah, sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I want to clean it up. I got a dust on there.
Oh, okay.
So
yeah,
okay, we're good now. Good. Yeah.
But again, welcome.
Yeah.
It's good to have you on tonight, Moba, and we're gonna get the rest of the guys coming on. But let's hope we can have a great show tonight with the limited time we have to be on here. So many things happening across the country today. The biggest being the happenings, the unfoldings at the legislature today. Um, something that resulted to some tension up Capitol Hill, majority versus minority bloc. This conversation is still ongoing. It appears to be something that will not be ending anytime soon. So we're here tonight to talk about the issues again, and of course, provide the space where our folks across the country, across the world, can have their say on those different issues as well. So again, it's good to have you on tonight, Moba, and I want to welcome all of our folks across the world for joining us. I want to say thanks to them. Kindly share the program as you come on tonight. Let's hope we can start a great show here together. Well, Moba, we saw today the majority bloc got um, what appears to be a validation from the executive branch of government with the appearance of the three officials of the executive branch of government. Now, when they were summoned last week, there were concerns. Some doubted the possibility of those officials of government appearing before the executive today. The Internal Affairs Minister, the Transport Minister, and the LWSC Managing Director, they were all summoned. They were all asked to appear today. And the reason why a lot of people doubted it was because some thought that given the Rickman role, the division at the level of the House of Representatives, it would have been, near, somehow impossible for the folks to make an appearance there today. But we saw the appearance. It went on. And there are some who are saying that just from the appearance today alone, it sends a message that the executive has recognized the majority bloc to do business with, since in fact the minority, where the speaker sits and has the gavel, doesn't have quorum to conduct business. So with the appearance of those three officials of the executive branch of government, in any case, some legitimacy or some validity, or the executive branch of government has now seen the need to work with them. On the flip side of the conversation, ECOWAS came to the country. The delegation has been in country. They were able to have a successful meeting with the Liberian Senate today. The leadership at the level of the Liberian Senate, and they also engaged with the speaker. My understanding is that they were unable to meet with the House of Representatives today, given the hectic task at hand. Three appearances, officials of government from the executive, and of course the tension at the majority bloc. But they were able to meet with the folks from the speaker's camp, and conversations and negotiations are still ongoing with the involvement of ECOWAS to see how best they can find a solution to what's happening at the level of the first branch of government, the legislature. And then on the flip side, the President's Foundation made a donation of some incubators today that's expected to address the issue of newborn babies, especially those that are born before time. Say what premature, the case the babies that are not mature. Sometimes they in fact not sometimes, but they need those kinds of equipment, those medical equipment to help keep them warm and keep them alive, keep them safe and stuff like that. Majority of the health facilities across the country have not had those equipment, and so the president, following his trip to the U.S., was able to donate some of those, a good number of them today. Uh, each of that equipment is worth 16,000 United States dollars, and there were there was a very good number of aid donated to different health facilities across the country today. A very good number of that was being donated to health facilities across the country, uh, worth over 496,000 United States dollars. And so, yes, those are just a few of the happenings. There were 20. The first batch is 20 that was being distributed to key health facilities across the country. Um, the JFK got 10. The Jackson Hebdo got 3. The that's the James David Memorial Hospital got 3, while the Redemption Hospital got 4. And coming from the President's Foundation, there's a lot more happening across the country. But since we have limited time, I want us to get into the conversation. Boba, it's good to have you on tonight.
Yeah, thank you, Nelson. Look, Nelson, I shared something with you today, earlier this afternoon. It's just unfortunate that our country stayed behind time because, look, other countries not even discussing the type of issues. How to take a lawmaker, how to do this, how to do that. Other countries discussing how their citizens will benefit from their resources. Other countries discussing. Look at Botswana. Today I saw a video and I forwarded to you. I wanted to play a short and a little bit. I think it less than 1 minute, so our viewer can know what is going on. Because look, Nelson will come here every day. We discuss about the lawmaker. All of them. There's no way we can. There's no.
Right, Boba. Let me play just a portion of this video. I too watched the video you shared. Is something that's worth watching. This is from Botswana. It's done by a famous YouTuber called Wedemeyer. He's from Ghana. Yeah, he goes to different parts of Africa, showcasing the beauty, the culture, and the way of life of the people across the continent. And yes, let me just play a portion of this one.
Every month you get money for being in school. In Botswana, education is free. Is it really true that education is free in this country?
Yeah, it's very free from primary to almost tertiary.
I heard that you guys, even when you are in school, they still give you money.
Yeah, you basically get paid.
Oh my goodness, you get paid to come to school. So which means that every month you get money for being in school.
On Friday I'm getting.
But can I be your friend? Are you saying that you get paid to go to school?
You get paid.
How do you get paid for going to school, man?
It's more like, I don't know whether the government is in a way thanking you for doing well for your O level, and also for purpose of empowerment in terms of the human resource, to say that you have done well and the country maybe is lacking in terms of the human resource. Therefore, you have done well. Get the money, get the degree, and come work for us. And we are paying. It's more of a grant, So yeah.
So does it mean that after school you pay for it?
Yeah. You pay for it, but they're not really that harsh on you.
Okay. Just to encourage you to go to school.
Yeah, to encourage you to go to school.
In Botswana, healthcare is free.
Well, this is one of the main hospitals in Botswana. It's called Princess Marina Hospital, and health is free in Botswana. Like, it's free for everyone. We don't pay anything at all. Yeah.
You mean you don't pay anything at all?
Nothing. Okay, there's a small fee that we pay for administration, which is 5 pula. And if you don't have the 5 pula, they still consult you. You still get free medication and everything.
And there is a hospital or a clinic at every corner of this country, including the villages.
Okay. So we don't have copyright. We don't
Yeah,
have copyright to that video, the sounds and all of that. But I think and that information is something that I'm gonna fact check. But
yeah.
yes, this is a great one, and I too, when I listened to it to the video while I was on the show, just getting ready for the show, I thought that it's very very inspiring. It's a very inspiring one there, and yes, that's something I'm gonna do some further check on. But go ahead.
Yeah,
You're
yeah,
open.
yeah, yeah. Let me just go ahead. Look, so next thing, our main aim and objective is for Labrador to be better. Because look, when you look at from all indication, Labrador give independent 1847, Labrador give independent, Labrador forcibly get out. ACS, America, all those things are coming in. People are like, oh, we not even get independent. Okay, we agree. Since some people say we get independent from US, from the United States. Some people get independent from the United States, right, Nelson? But with all that, the support and help the America been giving Liberia. What are they doing? Look at Botswana getting independence September 30, 1966 from Great Britain. And what it did, Great Britain were not doing the ref 14 they needed. They fought Great Britain, they went on their own. And since they became independent country, what it did, Nelson, they transformed their country. Look, go read about Botswana. Botswana, that population very small. I think it's smaller than Liberia, right? Or even they might even be maybe little bit over Liberia. But look at Liberia. Nelson,
Thank you.
every day our lawmakers, let me conclude about that. Every day our lawmakers will go over there, go distract everything, like nothing going on in the country, everything static. People get concession, things that they sort of be discussing for the people business to be going. Sending calling for more arena, they wanted to go do what to go answer question to if they give money. That thing ain't relevant, Nestle. To me, it's not relevant. It's not relevant, number one. It's not important to the Liberian people. Why you gave but more Adi give you money, more I give you money? Who cares? Why would care about the Liberian people? Nursing, that's the reason why. No, that's why let me conclude by saying this. That's why I said I miss Charles Stater. All the things that people doing, all that nyama thing, he will say do your thing, I run my government. And when you cabinet minister, you do your work, he put you down. He said, look, next thing, the only one that brought with you, we need president with iron hand. Even the constitution, they said the people have violated the constitution to the normal nonsense. So there's nothing they can talk about the constitution. So we need somebody that will even go with the constitution against that constitution for the benefit of the Liberian people. Seriously.
Thank you, Maba. I want to hold you there, and let's get the show started. Again, welcome to the show. You were right. Liberia's population is a little over this. This country has a population of 2.4 million people. It's a landlocked country. They don't have access to seaport and all those kinds of stuff. But yes, this is where we are. But Liberia as a country will have to do better. It's just important that we pick up pieces from the countries within the continent. If not, our neighboring countries, some of the things they're doing right to, see how best we can improve on our own systems and how we can make governance work for us. But let me welcome Amy to the show. Amy, welcome. It's good to have you on tonight.
Thank you, Nelson.
I want us to go straight into the conversation tonight because we don't have time much on our side, but there's been a whole lot going on, and at some point you think we're gonna skip this conversation, but it's gonna keep coming. Today we saw another side of the entire episode that's been going on at the level of the legislature, and I want us to start the conversation from there. Most of you must have watched pieces of the videos that was played earlier, talking about the majority bloc having a session today in the joint chambers. The three officials of the executive branch of government were able to appear. They made appearances today. And then following that, while this process was going on, you saw folks who are supporters of the speaker engaging and trying to make their way through into the joint chambers. Representative Josiah Marvin Cole was at the center stage of this entire thing. He's caught on video, caught on camera, saying that the house is in chaos. So there's no setup. Nothing is going to happen here today. They went with pepper spray, trying to destabilize things. Thankfully, the police moved in. And yes, there were both sides of the arguments who have their own issues about how the entire situation play out today. But I want us to start with, first of all, the appearances of the three officials of the executive branch of government. I mean, what does this mean? Does this in any way mean that the sitting of the majority bloc is now legitimate? Is this an indication that the folks can go ahead now and continue to do what they're doing because the executive has recognized them, is going to work with it? Is this an indication that the budget is going to land in the hands of the majority bloc? Where is the speaker in this? Has it reached a point where the speaker should resign? Should we be talking about a majority and a minority bloc at this time, given how long the issue was played out? Is there any reason why we should maybe call the both sides now to drop arms for the sake of the country? We also saw efforts coming to the country today. There were engagements. They didn't meet with the majority bloc, something which is going to happen subsequently. But I want us to start the conversation with the appearances. Let's start with you, Amy. Is this an indication that this body is now legitimate, ready for business? The executive is resolved to work with this body. And just while I'm bringing you on, Amy, I want to bring on one of our brothers, ardent follower of the show. He's been reaching out like we did last night with Chris. I want to bring on our brother as a guest panelist tonight on the show, and credible. He's going to better. I am middle need there a little bit hard, man. But welcome to the show. It's good to have you on tonight, Sharif. And let me bring our brother Anthony on as well. Guys, it's good to have you on. Thanks for joining us tonight.
Thank you. My name is Credible Majusu.
Okay. Thanks a lot for joining. Welcome to the show.
Okay. My in-law.
Okay, so let's have a conversation. Emmy, let's hear your take on this issue, the appearances, and then we can kickstart the rest of the show from there.
Okay, so what was your question again? Does it mean they're legitimate or they're being recognized? Is that what it is? Well, nothing. I don't even care about these people. But yeah, I don't know if they are legitimate or it depends on what the Constitution says, right? A body. Hold on. Man, what I calling me, y'all? I beg you.
Okay. So, Moba, please take on the conversation from there. Yeah. You are muted, Moba.
Okay, you can hear me, right? Look, Nelson, the entire legislature, to me, look, I think the budget. That's why I emphasize. That's why I said, if we can get president like Charles Taylor, I know people would bash at me like, oh, Charles Taylor is a world leader, blah, blah, blah. But I think when we get that country now, the direction that country going, we need president who will talk and do. We don't need president who will just keep mute. Look, Nelson, if we must change some things in our country, a lot of things in our country, we need a vibrant president. We champion the cause for Baka to talk, for the President Baka to talk. For him to say things that people are like, okay, you know what? He stand by this. Next thing, that identical budget thing, going to the majority or the minority, it just shows that the entire country is not even set. Because
I want us to start the conversation with the appearances today. 3 officials of the executive branch of government appeared at the majority bloc. They sat under the gabble of the majority bloc, under the leadership of the majority bloc. What does it say? Is this an indication that the executive is now resolved to work with this?
They asked them, right? It was they said they get a letter through the clerk, so they respond to the letter through the clerk because the clerk with the majority. That was a response, right? But Nelson, look, it's just hard to talk in the identical issue because when you look at it from all corners, Nelson, the identical, it's not making no, because the majority are going by the Constitution. That's also right. They say the majority, the 42, they're going by the Constitution. They are not going by the Constitution. Now, the 32 or they are not much for them to hold a session. So the whole thing is looking that way. And look, Nelson, the only thing the president needs to do is just to say things and do it. That's it.
So Maba, are you saying that at this point there's a need for the involvement of the president? You think it's prudent for the president, the head of the executive, to get involved?
The men are working by taking people.
I mean, come in. The head of the executive to get involved with the workings of the legislature when, in fact, even the judiciary refused to get involved to some extent. You think
the Constitution was not there for fiasco, Nelson? It was there for a purpose, to tear. Let us respect the Constitution. But the lawmaker now will sit here and say different things. They get out, they will say a political. They will say a political is did that, but ain't all they did. So if for me, right, Nelson, if the president, just like the president, can stand 10 toes and say, you know what, the whole thing you're doing, I'm looking at you no more. I'm doing the Liberian people work. I'm doing that. In the interest of the Liberian people, let them say we are paid. Let them do all that nonsense. Because the thing they're doing made no sense. That's it. They put in the whole country into hostility. It does like when how you call it, when tourists attack somewhere and they put people on hostage.
I know where you there, Ben Moba. Thank you. To our brother Sharif, I know this is your first time. You're a guest panelist on the show tonight. We don't do face cap on the show. We're gonna move to Anthony, and then we'll come to you. It's part of our rule. Thank you. Thanks a lot for. Okay, yeah. So let's move to Anthony, and then we're gonna come to you next. Anthony, what do you make of the executive? 3 officials of the executive appearing before the majority bloc today. What sort of message does it send? Does it in any way indicate that this turmoil at the level of the House of Representatives is about to come to an end? Is this an indication that the executive has made a decision, has taken a side, has drawn a line to work with the majority bloc? And if so, are there consequences, given the situation at hand?
Absolutely. Good evening, our dear brother Chevy. Good evening, fellow panelists Nelson and Moba. Good evening to our followers and listeners and our audience. Look, Nelson, the majority bloc is operating illegally. If any leader, government official will go to the majority bloc for a hearing and quote unquote doing the Liberian people business, they are all doing business illegally. No one, Article 2, Paragraph 2 of the Constitution of Liberia, no statute, no act, no resolution, no decree that is not in conformity of the Constitution stands. That means the Constitution remains the supreme law of the land. Mm-hmm. Rule 9.1 of their own standing rule of the House speaks about two-thirds majority to remove the speaker. Article 49 speaks about two-thirds. The Article 33 that they're running away right now with, the so-called majority bloc, having a quorum does not mean you are plenary. That quorum should be presided by the elected Speaker of the House. It is only the Speaker of the House can give directive to any one of them. It is the Speaker who appoints committee member. It is the Speaker who can tell the Deputy Speaker do X, Y, and Z.
Anthony, are you saying here that even with the appearance of the folks from the executive, the setting of the majority block is still illegal.
Illegal per the Constitution. Per the Constitution, it is illegal. We have one speaker. That speaker is yet to be removed from office. If the executive mansion does business with the majority block, they also are in violation of the Constitution, including President Joseph Yuma Boakai.
Now, let's put it this way: we have three separate but equal branches of government.
Absolutely.
And those branches are supposed to perform their duty, carry on their responsibility without the interference of any other branch of government.
Sure.
If you are putting this on at the feet of the president, what happens to the fact that the folks at the legislature are saying that they're doing this in line with the process? It's not just a legal process. The constitutionality could be the legal aspect of it, but they're also talking about the political nature of everything that's happening here at the House of Representatives.
So let me hold you right there, Nelson, as the host and a journalist. You, as a journalist of Liberia, also have a responsibility to uphold, protect, and defend the Constitution of Liberia. You, as a journalist, including me, including every other Liberian,
every single person, all citizens of the country, everyone is responsible.
Because of that, this Constitution must be taught in all institutions in Liberia. It must be taught. Ignorant to this Constitution is not an excuse. Any lawmaker, any government official should know this Constitution. And so the president,
given the situation, if the executive have taken a line, have taken a side, or have drawn the line, or have decided to work with the majority black, do you think that there are consequences for this particular decision that goes with this particular decision?
The president, the majority black, and any other government official raised their hand and took an oath of office that they will protect, defend, and uphold the Constitution. Not political block, not majority block, not political theater, but uphold the Constitution of the Republic of Liberia. And so help me God. So anything that is not within the conformity of the Constitution is null and void.
Wow. You know, I want to hold you there. Let's move to our brother Sharif a bit. Bila Soiree, welcome. Thanks for joining the show tonight. Sharif, let's have your take on this particular issue. The unfolding now at the legislature. The decision taken by three members, top officials of the executive branch of government, to appear before the majority black to subject themselves to the gabble of the majority black. Does that in any way validate what's happening at the level of the majority black? What sort of message does it send? Are there consequences that comes or that goes with the decision, just in the case where the executive decided to work with the majority black?
Well, you see, I would say that's part of the reason why today I even try to come online with you guys. And I want to say good evening to all of the panelists.
Your audio is coming in distorted. I don't know why.
Is it better or?
I think go ahead and come back.
Do I need to come
Can
out?
you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you very loud and clear.
No, his audio is going in and out.
Let's give it a try. Let's give it a try and see.
All right, is it okay now?
Okay, so I think you have to log out and try to log in again. Yeah. So
Okay, let me
log
do
out. Yeah. But Bila, you can go ahead. Let's hear your take on this issue, Bila, while we get our brother to come back.
Well, thank you for having me. Let me say good evening to you, Anthony and Mulba, and to all women in Liberia. It is always a pleasing pleasure to be back to discuss Liberia. You know, our country continues to reverse back. I will repeat to say this because basically we are in a crisis of constitutionality, and if we want to sit back and speak truth to power, we should rectify the things as we make progress. And as much as we want resolution, we want the harmonies of governance in our country, it is very important we cautiously look at some things. The both houses, the both block are in some proceeding error. And for what I saw today for the executive, because I think that's what I've been observing the
Yeah,
conversation.
we
For
started the
the
conversation.
executive to have local one side of the angle, which calling themselves majority, giving them some ground in this time of crisis. That means I want to come to certain level of conclusion that the executive is backing a constitutional crisis from one side. For one branch of government, we understand that they are separate and separate set of government that we have, and they have their own functions. But for one to see one constitutional problem or crisis and wanting to give ground to another president, then we come to the conclusion that they are in support of what the majority is doing. Having said that, I don't think the executive should be. We understand what is going on is political, and I said it against that there are two ways the House of Representatives or even the Senate sometimes carry on some of the things that they have done. But precedent, historically, if you look at some of the things that are happening, the issue of the removal of cabinet general and some of the things, some of the speakers that are then removed, it has not been on the basis of legality. It has been on the basis of their personal greed and how politically they can maneuver away to get a speaker out. I have not been in support of any of these sides, but it's about time we stand on the side of the law, because if our country will continue drowning in constitutionality, constitutional crisis, and you do not have a history of speaking to the fact, then what becomes of you tomorrow?
Peter, I want us to go to the point. We don't have all time. We don't have all day here. I want you to go to the point on this issue because we have to make a transition. What do you make of the appearances today before the majority block? What sort of message does that send, especially with the crisis at the House of Representatives?
So it basically tells me two things or three things. One, quickly, it is the executive. I don't want to believe that the president is in this until he prove us wrong, that he has some level of part to play in this whole crisis. But the executive at certain level has given ground to the majority bloc. One. Two, it is the executive is not playing any mature role when it comes to the crisis that we find ourselves in. Three, it is you giving the majority bloc certain level of assurance that we can do business with the executive, because the speaker have no trust.
Do you think it would have been prudent? Do you think it would have been prudent? Don't you think it would have undermined the House, the entire House of Representatives, had the executive stay away today, despite the communication that body citing those officials to appear?
So let's get something clear moving forward, right? In as much that we give some analysis on some business issue in regards to the constitution, but look how to have certain right in the majority to get certain business doing. How that business is different, it left with the people who have too many experts in the constitution or the legal practitioner to give us that business understanding as to how that business should be conducted. I cannot give the specific. So they have some legal right to do the business, because it talk about the majority. I think it not talk about majority having a quorum to do business.
Let's get this. So, Bida, you think that they have the majority, they have quorum, and they are doing the Liberian people's business, and the executive should have appeared there. But on the other hand, based on the crisis, the executive should be more like neutral in what's happening. But again, the folks have quorum. They should. So where are you standing, Peter? You're speaking out of your mouth. You're saying that they have quorum, they're doing business, but on the other hand, you think the executive should not appear there.
I've always looked at the issues, the crisis in the House of Representatives as from a conflict resolution perspective, not being political, not being legal, and I've always stand by my analysis or my stance on this issue. When it comes to we having people forgetting about their own personal goal or desire that they are backing, and look at the bigger goal because our country is in reverse.
I want to
Let's say, but we have 10 seconds, please.
Yeah, I'm gonna come to you, but let's complete the round table here.
Okay.
Our brother Sharif, let's hear your take on this issue. Let's see if your audio is gonna do better for us this time.
Is this better now?
Okay, I think it's
much better.
You go ahead.
Okay. Thank you, folks. I want to say thank you, Nelson Kolev, for bringing me on. Thank you, Boba, all the panelists. I want to say thank you, guys, for holding the ground. I've been watching you guys, been following. Thank you very much for the great job. And also, hello to the viewers.
Sharif, you got love to Nampa, but you can't make it. You got love, but you can't make it.
Sharif, you need to restart.
Disconnect the Bluetooth.
If you're using a Bluetooth,
disconnect it. Only way it will work.
Disconnect your earpiece and just use the
use your mouse like that.
I'm using the computer. I think I would use the phone.
Go back and come back. Go out and come back.
Okay, so guys, let's do it.
Yeah, that's the reason why I'm asking for 10 seconds is because I gotta correct something real quick.
Yeah, go ahead.
People in the comment section are saying the Supreme Court throw out the case. That is not true. The majority bloc, when they went to the Supreme Court, they did not say they are filing that resolution. They said to the Supreme Court that they have reservation, they have a complaint, in other words. So if you don't have a resolution, the Supreme Court can rule. You have a complaint, then go settle your complaint. But if there is a resolution, then the Supreme Court are going to rule. Another thing also, we should understand the speakership. The speakership has, and the Constitution is not ambiguous on the speakership. It lay out, you must elect your speaker every 6 years, and the role of the speaker. Everything is laid out. Without the speaker, there is no quorum. If the speaker is absent, then the deputy speaker is in charge. Once the speaker is present, whatever quorum you form, it becomes a plenary with the speaker.
I want to hold you there.
Nothing legal. I'm telling you, go back to the Constitution.
Let me hold you there a bit. Let's transition now.
Legislature, it is, and we have to do it. I know that no session out there, nobody going to have any program here today. Nothing will happen here today. No activity. Why are you insisting so? Because this building is not abnormal. We are abnormal. This building is in legislative wall.
What have your session today?
So those lawmakers from the end of the speaker block are now moving through the joint chambers, saying that those so keep following this. Keep following. The speaker block now moving in the joint chambers, saying that so we are marching to the joint chambers.
We are agents of the devil.
They are using pepper spray. They are using tear gas in the joint chamber. They are breaking the place. They are hearing the group of men. Pepper spray is being used. So while session is going on, you have a group of men making their way to intrude into this session, but so the pepper spray is suffocating the lawmakers.
And I want to hold it there, but a lot of you watched the entire episode.
Is that legality do? Come on,
the engagement, the folks, resisting anything such as a session today, on grounds that the House is in chaos. Representative Cole, you saw him there. He's saying that at this point there should be nothing such as a session going on. The House will have to settle her dispute, and then issues can go on. But I mean, I want to get your take on this issue, guys, and then let's go around the table with this. We're going to take 1 minute each on it. Let's take our brother Sharif. Your take on this issue. Let's see if your audio is working as well.
Is it working now?
Very well.
Very good.
You know, I don't want to try, but I make it.
Yeah, you make it. They won't buy, you make it.
Well, as per the video you showed right now, I think I saw it on a big show as well. And again, I want to say thank you for bringing me on, and hi to those followers that are watching, and hi to all of my colleagues here. I think it was wrong. I understand where they're coming from, but I'm not going to get into that because then it would compromise my disagreement with them. It was totally wrong. The items they were destroying and the chairs and what have you in the house, we bought them. The Liberian people bought them with their money. It's the Liberian people tax money. So no disagreement should allow anyone or give anyone power to go and dismantle whatever they see over there. We pay them for it. Having said that, I think we are heading for big trouble in that country. I listened to my brothers on the show, and the other sister, I think she left. For some reason, she will be back. You guys all spoke well. We are heading toward trouble. And don't forget, this same president and this government, the Unity Party, campaign on rule of law. Where is the Constitution? Are we following the Constitution here? Are we protecting the law? This is not about Fonati Kofa. This is not about any individual here. Like my brother said, Anthony Gay, it's about the law. And Moba, and all of you, it's about the law. So these people breaking the benches or the chairs, let me say, it's wrong. So that is what I have to say until another questions come, but it is totally wrong. And I submit.
Okay, so let me hold you there and move to our brother Anthony. Anthony, let's say your take on this issue.
Nelson, what we saw just now on that tape is very disturbing. It doesn't matter which side you're on. It is very disturbing. This is the reason why these people need to muster the courage and do the right thing. You complain you didn't have vehicle. We bought you brand new vehicle. Fresh. Go to work. If you have the 49, you remove the speaker. If you do not have the 49, you go to work. You lobby, you network until you have your 49. what we just saw, something with that picture with a man in uniform breaking furniture and trying to find weapons. It just showed to the public, the whole nation and the world that he's not disciplined.
But I want to. I want to get a clearer picture of
also,
this.
not disciplined.
No, guys.
I want to get
Anthony, can you hear me? Can you hear me, Anthony?
I can hear you now.
I want us to get a clearer picture of this entire thing here. All right. So it starts with what you saw outside.
Correct.
Group headed by Representative Josiah Marvin Cole trying to enter the joint chambers where the guys are having session.
Right.
They managed to make their way upstairs, trying to break through the door. All right. And on the flip side, where you saw the guys breaking the chairs, was the side of the hall where was in the joint chambers, the actual place that the other group was trying to enter. So the group is trying to enter, they're not getting access. They broke portion of the door through which they are trying to pepper spray the folks there, trying to make the atmosphere uncomfortable for them. And then the group within were the ones breaking those chairs and stuff, trying to get a weapon to defend, to defend themselves or whatever. But they were breaking chairs, trying to, create a backup so that just in case the guys got in, they will not succeed in disrupting session. And that's. I just want us to understand.
And I got a picture and I said both sides wrong. I mean, I condemn the act from both sides. There's nothing right about this. This is a bad image for our nation. This does not, send a good image outside Liberia or within Liberia for ourselves. This is the only thing I've seen Liberians, in most cases, respect and do the right way. Election. Election time, they follow election law, they follow the rules and everything. Once election is over, our democracy stops right there. Election alone is not democracy. There are 4 more bigger things beyond election. And we have grown men and women cannot conduct themselves in an honorable way to resolve issues.
Thank you.
And they're behaving like children. That is embarrassing.
Thank you. I want to hold you there, Anthony. Let's bring Moba in. Vasco, welcome to the show. It's good to have you on. And Bida will be next. Look,
Nelson. Look, first of all, let me condemn that video and what transpired today in the house. I condemn the both sides. I think the people who were involved and know better, they should have handled that issue with respect, and they forgetting to know we fought a 14-year civil crisis in our country. They're forgetting so soon. And the lawmaker who probably should be the people to change things, to make things work, to stop things, to declare or not declare war or whatsoever, they are the people who showing their real color to the Liberian people. But I think it's a caveat to them, and secondly, I will urge all Liberians who voted those people in power, this coming election 2029, y'all watch them, because now when we say one signature, they will say, oh, because they want to move for that, they want to looking for signature. Because I say, okay, tell people from each district, all the people are involved. We say one signature too. How many signatures? Let them put a signature on. Let the lawmaker let them remove them and let them have by election. Because look, no lawmaker will not do what they want to do or do for the Liberian people. All they will do nursing for the next 2, 3, 4, 5 months. That's what they will be doing. Because the 42 will not agree. Fonati 2 will not agree. They will not want to sit down on Fonati, and Fonati 2 will not agree for them to go have separate session. So end of the day, the Liberian people suffer, and it will be easy. They will just keep going. What
do you make of the action itself?
Next day, I condemn the action firstly. Like the first thing I said, I condemn it. 100% I condemn it. There is no way in a modern country, even a lawmaker can disagree and agree. They can try to, but like we can see one or two.
That's the point, and that's just the point. There are some who hold onto the view. There are some who hold onto the view that look, in order to enjoy freedom, in order to enjoy democracy, some people will have to fight for democracy. Some people have to go extra mile. Some people have to take a radical approach. Don't you think this group was taking the radical approach? The 43 is not backing down. They think that the 43 is proceeding wrongly. Then they decided at this point to take the radical approach.
Nothing within it case is different. What makes it different? Certain people dissatisfied and certain people not satisfied. Meaning the people who satisfied, the people who satisfied in the chamber, and people who already were elected, they tell the outside, they want to come in to dismantle them there. Look, nothing will get constructive jealousy. So within the section and modern say it's constructive. Do you understand? So meaning they want a good. They will say yes, some people say no, it constructed in a way that they will argue modern say they will want for it, other one. But in a one, it's not. In the identical scenario, there are people the 32 fighting to come this fair. Meaning what?
I want to hear you there, Mom.
You see people sending tear gas. Right? You see lawmakers sending in session according to them, another meeting in your session with masks on their faces. So to tell where the country is heading, we look, nothing. We'll come here today, tomorrow.
I want to hear you there, baby.
Yeah, let me conclude. Nothing. We'll come here today, tomorrow, next week, next month, this month, next week. Those lawmakers will be doing the same thing. When I think will not agree, the 42 will not agree. Watch my wall.
Thank you.
There will be no solution.
Let me hold you there and bring Bida in. Then Vasco will be next. After Vasco, as we stated earlier, it's a very short edition of the late night show tonight. After Vasco, we're gonna go around the table and do our closing on just any issue. But Bida, go ahead.
Thank you so much, Nelson. And as we make progress with these conversations, we gotta be careful. And as much as we got said, we should not mislead the Liberian people. There is no part.
You mean we should not mislead the Liberian people, right?
Mislead, yeah, thank you. Mislead the Liberian people with certain information. There is no part of the Constitution that says without a speaker, there is no quorum. Read Article 39 with comprehension.
That's not what I said.
For somebody, that's what you do.
Give me 30 seconds after him.
That's why you started to do on the show.
Yeah, but in the absent, meaning the speaker is out of the country.
While the speaker is in the country, you cannot have someone.
I think we need to be intellectually tolerant.
No, go ahead, bro. Go ahead. We don't want to get clarity.
We need to be tolerant now. Here's the thing. There's no part of the Constitution that says without the speaker, there is no quorum. And y'all need to make that clarity. Because when somebody's speaking and you overzealous about certain thing because you have side, you overspeak. So I needed to make that clarity. So what I saw today is ridiculous. It reminds me of the old day. And I just want to come to the conclusion that some people were disarmed, but they need to go for rehabilitation. Because for you to see a country that went through some level of crisis in terms of as regards to war, and still see people that saw these kind of action that's happening in the war and still behaving the way we behave, then we need to rehabilitate certain people in that country. It shouldn't be happening. It is condemnable, and there is nobody or no group of people should be funding a group like you have certain disagreement with another side by the means of violence to prevent that side. It shouldn't be happening, whether from the majority or from the minority, because what we saw in that video, it is the both sides. One wanted to prevent the other people from entering. One in a move of prevent other people too from having session or business, how they call it. So it shouldn't be happening in our country. We need to graduate from the issue about violence in disagreement. We always talk about we have graduated, we have lived from the stage of violence. We want to intellectualize all of our conversation, but we still see people behaving in that form, and people who we sometimes were in high esteem, right? We call them representative, we call them leader or security, because I saw somebody I don't know whether he's a professional security personnel during what he did today. I want to question which part of the security entity he's from, breaking out here to wanting to prevent yourself. Come on. Liberia need to make progress. Come on.
Thank you, Peter. Vasco, let's hear you quickly. Then we're going to go around the table and do our closing.
Okay, Nelson, thank you, and let me say hi to my fellow panelists and hi to our viewers and our listeners. And Nelson, first of all, like everyone used to say, I want to condemn the act and the violence that went on today. But I will want to put the blame, the thing that happened today at that capital, I would want to shift the blame on the executive. You know the reason why I want to shift the blame on the executive? Look, Nelson, this thing is getting glaring that the executive, they are getting involved into this Fonati living. The thing that made those lawmakers to behave the way they're behaving today is because the executive recognize the quote-unquote majority black. That you saw ministers and other directors going to them. So like these guys were almost like conducting the affairs of the country in the presence of the speaker in the country. That was a great violation of our law. So that why made those lawmakers, they said, no, we cannot sit down and see the thing going like this. Send the executive that headed by the president, don't want the country to be peaceful. We all will just go and spot it and do what's will happen and happen. That's the reason why you saw the guys went today. All along the band going, when they go, the other men go to their place, they go to their place. After everything, everybody go back. But because people from the executive went down there today, that will induce those people to carry on a violent act. And everything that's happening in the country, like I told somebody today, I said, look, the executive don't know that this thing will hurt. If the president, it will hurt the president. This is just showing clearly that the president is now, he cannot govern the country. This is all about leadership. Leadership. Who is providing leadership? The man is the head of the country. Your government is going down the dream and you're sitting there. You cannot say anything. People say, oh, that they got separate branch of government. The separate branch of government, when one branch of government is behaving this way, your government will not function. Who you want to give the budget to? You think those guys will sit down, you give budget to Fonati? I say to Tomofala Group? It will not work. And that is where now the serious riot will take place.
Vasco, you're confusing the audience a bit. At one point, you say this thing is bad. You condemn it. But then you come back to say, the executive is responsible. How can one group of people do something and another group is responsible for the action of another group of people?
Yeah, Nelson, I'm breaking it down. Listen correctly. As
yeah, maybe you're not breaking it down well.
Listen, I condemn the violence, the things that happened today.
Yeah, well understood.
I'm telling you, the group, our Vasco, that's my view. Our Vasco will hold the executive responsible for what happened. So because why the executive sent people, the executive is recognizing the Tomofala group.
But why shouldn't the executive recognize the majority black? Why do you think the executive should not? 4 or 5 weeks into this particular thing, no session with the minority black, there is session with the majority black. Why do you think the executive should not recognize the majority black?
Nancy, we only got one presiding officer, which is the speaker. He was elected to be the presiding officer. Once the presiding officer is in the country and is going to work every day, he should be the one to conduct the affairs of the state, of that body. You cannot have him going to work and you have another group sitting who don't even have the 49 to even say they want to put something on the floor. That is not right.
Thank you. I want to hold you there, and let's bring Emmy. Emmy, make a point on this issue, and then we're gonna go around the table to do our closing because we're out of time.
Okay, thank you, Nelson. I'm sorry about the interruption today, but I'm a little confused when people blaming stuff on the executive and not holding these people who are supposed to be elected by the Liberian people and not appointed by the executives. They don't want to hold them responsible for what they're doing. These people are called honorable in our country, and they're acting a bunch of kids, throwing tantrum because they can't get their will. Okay? These are the people who make laws. And one of the things that the laws are only for the innocent people that are not in power, and not them. What I see here in Nelson is that the cultural impunity in our country is getting everybody running head to scatter, even the so-called leaders, right? If people were being held and being arrested and being jailed, this nonsense will not be seen it. You call yourself a representative, you go with a bunch of thugs to go harass your friends because what? They're not on your side? What the? Ooh.
Okay.
Listen. No. Let me finish my point, Nelson.
I mean, don't you think that was a radical approach? Don't you think that was a radical approach? I mean, maybe the diplomatic approach is not giving the kind of result. And so the guys decided to use the radical approach.
And so you think that's what's going to get us there, Nelson? What if the other side try to use radical approach against them? Where are we? Is that what we want? To be seeing radical approaches around from people that are supposed to be the one who making laws, who's supposed to be the one doing honorable. Those are the people that we're supposed to be looking at. That actually, you know how disgusting and disgraceful it is. You go and look at this so-called Marvin Cole. I don't know. Remind me if I'm wrong or something. His name is always in some violence, something or something from the election, beating people up and something in a bond country or whatever. Watch, and he's the one who's supposed to be the what? Chairman on the rule and law and whatever. Are they out of their mind? They don't know who then to put in position in those places. This is supposed to be the one, the chairman or whoever for the rule and law or something doing this nonsense. Who is he going to read some laws or whatever to?
Thank you.
Don't take me yet because I'm not finished.
You know,
we blame the executive. The executive is not JMB is not wasn't the one who appointed those people. Vasco may be forgetting that those people have the right to even impeach JMB. They have, if I'm not mistaken, they have powers to do this. Those people are there. They were voted in by the Liberian people. They were not appointed by JMB. So JMB had no right. Those people had the right to tell JMB, no, we're not listening to you. And yes, we will listen to you. He doesn't own them. He's not the one that appointed them. So they for you to sit here and say, oh, I blame him because he's not doing this, he's not doing that. That's very sad.
Thank you. Let's hold you there a bit because we are pressed with time. We're gonna go around the table and just take 1 minute each to do our closing. Let's start with you, Bila, and we just go in that order. Bila, Vasco, our brother Sharif. I'm gonna set the timer because I want us to stick in the 1 minute time frame because we are seriously out of time. Go ahead, Bila.
Great conversation. Thank you for having all, and thanks to all those who take a point of time to be here, whether in the comment section or about whatsoever mean you're watching the conversation. You know, I will always end like this. Our country is in reverse. We are in serious crisis. We are in the dispensation wherein we are in the time of a leadership crisis. We want our leader to reflect on what they can give back to their country, but not what they want for their personal greed. Because it is all about what we can get as an individual. When it is about country, some of the business action we see around here, we not see it better. So now our leaders stay cautious and look at the constitutions in line. Let other people that are in disagreement or constitution violation to behave like leaders. Because when you are a leader, you should not be behaving like a gangsters.
Thank you very much. Let's hold you there and take our brother Vasco. Your 1 minute, sir. It starts now.
Yeah, Nelson. So I hearing people say, "Oh, the president, he ain't got nothing to say in anything that have to do with the house because they are the separate branch of government." Let's see. There are other presidents around here. You are aware. You are a journalist. You know that they wanted to get Buffer Chimon out of that place too. But because we had leader, we had somebody.
Don't hold me a witness.
We had somebody sitting up there that was able to.
I'm not aware of anything.
Okay,
So
you're not aware about
it.
we thought that one in the yes.
Witness or reference or anything.
So that's it. The people started the whole thing here. We were here talking. Oh, Baka going against the constitution. People were here. You sorry then. Today you talking about contract reversing. You were beating me here. When they making look at any position, people went to court. The court and say, put the people back. He suspended people up to today. They may started breaking the law from day one. So
thank you.
Breaking law are nothing to him.
I want to hold you there, Vasco.
Now I want to to John Eastern so the whole thing chakla.
Thank you.
There's always a bad name when you wear that shit.
Let's hear you do your closing. Go ahead. 1 minute. You are muted. Can you unmute?
Yes. Quickly, breaking of laws. Thank you, Vasco, for bringing that to my attention. I know for a fact that Mr. Boakai is not a respecter of a law. President Boakai has been under the Ellen regime for 12 years. I mean, let me say he worked for her for 12 years. He acted some of those same laws today he's breaking. The, attorney laws and so on. But some of you guys are not taking this to consideration. I don't know much about President Boakai personal life, but for the few times I've been following him in politics, most of the people that work with him always come disappointed. They always say, "Oh, he's ungrateful, he's this and that." Why? Why everyone keeps saying the same thing? And then we expect this man to change our country. Quickly to the representative. I think the country is going to a bad position if we don't stand up. And we saw just a little bit of it today, and we are here talking. But trust me, if there will be a time if the president does not come up, refusing to talk to the ECOWAS, refusing to talk to people that will bring these people together, there will be a time those representatives will come and start blowing each other in our play there, and before you look, their supporter join in there, and it's a full-blown war. I'm sorry to say so. Well, thank you very much for the platform.
Thanks a lot, Sharif. Anthony, 1 minute, sir. Let's hear you.
Thank you, Nelson. Because people don't understand the Constitution, they just going all over the place. Elect the speaker, and the speaker shall be the presiding officer. It is clear. The only time the speaker cannot preside if he's not present. Once the speaker is present, whatever quorum is formed, it's the speaker who presides. Period. If you decide you don't want to be under the speaker, gaboshe and go under the Palava Hall, any place that has business. Once the speaker shows up to that capital building, he goes to work, you form a quorum, he presides. Nobody else. Per Constitution. If the speakers did not go to work, it's a different case. Let me make progress. In this time of crisis, we need the president, the commander-in-chief, the father of the nation, to take leadership, not take a side. The president has emboldened the majority bloc by allowing his ministers and directors to go to the majority bloc because the majority bloc have already claimed that they are doing the Liberian people business. And by the executive mansion allowing those people, that was that embodiment, that particular image embodying the 43 members to say, yes,
thank you.
We the one they're looking at. The letter that went to the chief clerk, that we the one they're looking at. in the time of crisis, you don't confuse the nation, Mr. President, Your Excellency. You lead by example. You are the father of the nation, the commander-in-chief of the armed forces of Liberia. In this particular case, you don't take a side.
Thank you.
You
Anthony,
defend,
your time is
uphold,
up.
and protect
Your time is up.
the Constitution of Liberia. I'm
Thank
not a fan of Funatikova. I don't know him, never met him once, never have spoken to him. I'm on the side of the
I want to hold you
Constitution
there,
of
Anthony.
Liberia.
Thank you. Thank you. Moba, you can take us home.
Thank you, Nelson, and thank you to my fellow panelists. My brother Anthony won't put pan, man, on the top so that people But Anthony, right, look, let our respect the Constitution, actually. But you know, I just did a whole story, my closing, I will just talk to the Liberian people tonight. And our country give her independence according to what we read before 1847. And Botswana, they were just getting independence yesterday. But look at that country. They got free health care, free education. You go to school, they pay you. You go to the when you're sick, if you go to the hospital, you don't get money, they treat you. And they help you with agricultural seeding and stuff. Anything when you graduate, the profession you want to do, they help you. And Botswana just a small country like Liberia too. But Liberia since 1847 to now, we use almost half of that year with war. Everybody they see greed, power, all the way 1980, 1990, coming all the way April 6, 2001, all the wars. They're destroying our resources, destroying our people, destroying our infrastructure and other stuff. Now we reach to a point that since after the war, things have been going the right way. But like when Eddie took power, Eddie trying to do her best, although she was one of the corrupt president too. Everything went back up today.
Thank you.
We're looking at president to do the best. Look at our country. Every day will come here with let me conclude now. Every day will come here with discourse about the lawmaker. We stay behind time. No road, no electricity, nothing. Everything there behind time. Then we talk about lawmaker.
You've gone 1 minute 20 seconds. Yes.
Are you my time to
the time because that whole 1847 story would not help us at the time.
My man.
But thank you for the brief history class. Emmy, can you take us home?
Thank you, Nelson. You know, yeah, I'm just gonna say a little bit because I wasn't here to really get to tell my disappointment about what happened today, but I'll just say to the Liberian people, these so-called leaders of yours want to come and lie to y'all and make it look like they're doing something for y'all when they're not. Okay? And that those surrogates want to come on every platform and be running with talking points, blaming the president for something that y'all should be blaming the people that y'all voted for. Now, I'm not saying the president is an angel now, that he's doing everything right. I'll be lying to you if I said that. Okay? But what's going on, boy, that has nothing to do with it. Y'all voted for these people. Don't let Vasco or anybody else can say on here until he said he can grab these people butt and whip them. No. When Boakaki started doing stuff, everybody said he's abusing the Constitution. He's not following the law. He's not. If he was to put his hand in this right now, those would be the same old people crying out and saying that he's doing it. He's abusing the Constitution. He's overstepping his boundaries. We have three but equal branches. They would be saying that. But now they want to blame him because they want to have point. They think they're coming back in 2029 or 2026, whatever they did, something. That's what they are on. Don't be fooled. These people go to the box and vote them out. They're the one. What happened in Kenya? They never said the Kenyan president. They said the Kenyan House of Parliament. There's no one out there who knows how the three branches of government work will blame the president, the executive, for what is going on. Nobody who in our right sense and who knows how it works. Because these people have their own functions. And the executive have his own function. The executive does not overpower the legislature. So that whatever going on there, they need to get it together. Yeah, should Bwaga not speak to it? No, he should. But he cannot turn their arms in behind their back and make them to sit down and do what they don't want
I want to
do.
hold you there, Amy.
I want to let you know. Thank you for the night, and sorry
very
that I was.
Thank you very much.
I mean,
I want to appreciate everyone for being on here tonight. It's been another great show. Thank you, Bila. Thank you, Vasco. Thank you, Amy. Thank you, Baba.
Anthony, finish chatting, play day, you run away.
Anthony, thanks a
I
lot.
know why he always running.
For tonight, Sherry, we appreciate you for being on as well. We look forward to a great show tomorrow. Until then, have a good night, everyone, and bye-bye.
Vasco, the terrible black